good afternoon, people. Good morning, whatever time you're watching this. Welcome back. And today I'm gonna try to knock out the fuel system for you guys. I know I haven't uploaded in a while. I haven't really had anything to upload. I don't want to upload BS for y'all, so I just laid off it for a bit, you know, take my little YouTube break. That was my break. So now I just gotta hit it hard the rest of the year, I guess. But what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to knock out the fuel system. I think I have enough fuel line to do it. Like, the fuel line came in, so that's what I'm about to do right now, is connect the fuel line up here and run it underneath the car, run it all the way back and knock that out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start back here and I'm gonna run the fuel line down underneath there. But the issue that I might run into is I probably won't be able to fit both fuel filters up here. So I might just put the one before the pump up here and then run the fuel lines back. And the one that goes after the pump, I might run it and put a bracket right there or something and make sure it goes like it mounts right there. So that's probably what I'm going to do instead of trying to tuck both fuel filters up here with the fuel pump. So right now, let's get started. Got the 10-an fuel line in. I'm going to go ahead and put one side on that goes off that and run it down. See how it works out. Try to route it the best that I can. So I went ahead and made this one here for the return. We'll go ahead and I got to build from under here. It's kind of blurry, but under here from the fuel pressure regulator all the way back to the front of the tank. Hopefully I have enough and fitting. Well, I should have enough and fittings. Hopefully I have enough line to run all the way back there. So we'll see how this is going to work out. I'm not going to video me making these lines. You guys obviously know how to make these and lines. Obviously I'm destroying them right there. I'm going to get some paint and etch these back in because these are destroyed and I'm freaking annoyed with the 10-an side. Put it in the wrong side of the vise right here and destroyed this part. So I don't know, man, little stuff like that annoys me that it's damaged like that, but we'll figure it out. Probably put a different part down there. Alright, here's what's happening right now. What's happening? Now I mean what's happening right now. So the return line is complete. Here's the other half of it right here. What I need right now is to jack the car up, get underneath the car, and run that return line to this nipple right here, underneath here, to the fuel pressure regulator. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Hopefully the line is long enough. It should be. I don't see why it's not. See my little bucket of fittings right here. Still mad I destroyed this one. I'm just gonna take it off and put a different one right here. I don't know. Use a different part of the vise. Should have did it like I used to do. Put the rag back in here. I guess after I destroyed that first one, started doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and jack the car up and get this knocked out and pin the return line and put these little clamps under there on the return line to keep it in place. So get off of here, bro. So I gotta take these ones off of this and put them on the new return line and put them in place. Hey, sidebar for a minute. Look how tight these coilovers are though. You know when you jack some cars up sometime, the wheels sag. These coilovers pretty tight. Ain't not a lot of loose play in them, so they sit really good. Obviously the front's on the ground, but I like the way it sits. It's an aggressive stance. I like that. When I put some big meaty tires on the back, should ride good, should fit good. But that was my sidebar. About to go under there right now and hook these lines up. These lines, just this line, one fuel line. Alright, so now what I'm trying to do is, if you see the light under here, I'm trying to route this the return line that goes right here. You guys seen it already in the prior clip, or the clip prior to this. I'm trying to mount it so it doesn't sag under there. So there's a bolt right here in the front, but it holds one of these lines right here on it. So I'm trying to rearrange it, so rearrange these lines around so that I could put a one of these clamps right there on the return line and it not, you know, sag or anything like that. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I probably will not get to finish up the feed line tonight, and I have to take this off again, so I'll let you guys know how it goes on the feed line. I might not get to do it tonight, and I'll just do it tomorrow. Then again, that'll be just be more content. Also this week, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this back off and I'm gonna clean this up. I might strip it down and redo it, honestly. Not the whole thing, but I might strip it down and redo certain parts of it. As like right here, you know, I put like a long heat shrink right there. I could have made it shorter, so it's like kind of bulky, but I'll see how it goes. Alright, already. So we got all this return line sorted out. Everything is routed. Everything is routed where it should be. Ended up routing it over here. It's kind of dark, but you see it. It's not bolted in yet. End up routing that over there. Yeah, it comes out a little bit, but guess I could have shortened it and made it go straight across. But it's out of the way, you know. When I'm fueling up, I don't have to worry about being in the way of that. As far as the feed line goes, that is something I'm going to tackle in another video, and I'll tackle that tomorrow. I'll go ahead and replace this right here to where I put it in the vise and I put it in there wrong, and clean that up, and then I'll run that line back. But for now, let me go ahead and show you guys how I routed the return line. Go ahead and take you guys under here. Alright, might be a little bit crowded, but here's what happened. So as you can see, the fuel pressure regulator is over there. Well, behind that wall, you guys can't see it, but you know where it's at. And then now the fuel line runs under here, all under here, all under there, runs back, and it runs out the front. Here's where I had to move those move this bracket right here, that one right there. It was bolted right there, and I didn't want to chafe that fuel line, so I moved it over and bolted it to that. Shouldn't come out, it's pretty tight in there, so neither one of those move. And I put the return line right there, so it's pretty solid. If you guys remember that right there, it was that's where the wires ran for that other, for the OEM fuel tank, and there was some wires right there, and there was a little plate. I ended up drilling through the plate because I was trying to mount the fuel pump under here. I actually had it under here, if you guys remember from previous videos, and I didn't want that hole there, and I didn't want the fuel pump under here because if something started leaking, I have to get all the way underneath the car for that fuel pump. So I ended up building that little bracket, put some silicone around it. I guess I could clean it up, huh? But it's sealed. Put that silicone around it, seal it up. It's not going anywhere at all. It's not coming off. Put rib nuts in there, sealed it, and I won't get any water in there. Not that I'll drive the car in the winter anyway, or in the rain. Well, alright guys, that's going to be it for today. I mean, it's getting late. There's not much more I can do. It's a really short video, probably. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's going to be short. We have some big announcements coming up. Tomorrow, I'm going to announce something for you guys. Special to me because it's my very first one. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted it on my Instagram stories, so some of you guys might get a snippet of that. And it's just the start of 2019, so that's big things to come. I really can't tell you guys enough how much I appreciate you guys, man. Everybody that come back and watch the videos, everybody that support, everybody that shout me out, everybody that's just showing love. Like, have a section in the description down below where I support other channels, you know, the homies or whatever, other channels that I support. So make sure you guys go down there and check that out. It's a lot of upcoming channels that I really support. So a lot of people support me from when I was coming up, so I always got to support them. But with that aside, tomorrow we're gonna knock out the feed line. Today we knocked out the return line, and it all worked out. I had enough line to do the return, so I know for a fact I'm not gonna have enough line to do the feed line because of how it is routed. But we're gonna figure something out and we're gonna get it done either way. If I have to run to the store tomorrow and pick up some line locally, I could run downtown and do that. I could run to Speed Factory and do that. Yeah, could go to Speed Factory and do that. Bring the camera, get some footage of whatever. Probably kick me out because I ain't famous enough to be in Speed Factory with a camera. But I'm just messing with you guys. But come back, check me out, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a road trip, tell your neighbors, tell whoever, your girlfriend, your mistress, your husband's boyfriend. Tell everybody to come back and check out the channel, man. I really appreciate you guys' support. Peace.